Good morning. Rice, a tiny grain that unites cultures, feeds billions, and has proved that even the smallest thing have a biggest impact, isn't it? And that's the reason we are here today. It's not just a food, it's life, tradition, and love in every bite. So while we come from different places, speak different languages, our heart beats as one. So huge round of applause for all of you here today for taking the precious time and being here for a tiny grain which plays utmost important in everyone's life. So with this, good morning ladies and gentlemen, namaste. So can I go off script and say something? You all are looking absolutely amazing. Wow. Really, I'm like thrilled. I'm getting that energy here. So clap from me because you guys are looking absolutely amazing. Now, do you all know that in human being, there are different chakras? And in heart chakras resides the divine light and divine of love. So while I'm folding my hands and saying namaste, what actually is happening is the divine in me is bowing down to divine in you. And we are acknowledging each other's true nature and coming together to the human spirit of togetherness, coexistence, co-creation, and collaboration. So as we come together to build a stronger bond, to build a stronger networking, and to help each other to grow, my sincere and heartfelt namaste to all of you. Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, respected chief guests, distinguished dignitaries, and all the distinguished speakers. Now, today we have gathered here to celebrate togetherness. We have gathered for the innovation, for dedication, and collaboration that drive the entire RISE globe. This summit serves as a crucial platform for networking, knowledge exchange, and fostering growth. Now, are you really honored to be here, all of you? Yes? 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 Come on! We all had breakfast. Let us have that energy. I know each one of you are smiling there, but that energy should come here. Come on, are you excited and honored to be here today? Yes? Okay. I am too. That's the reason I'm here. Now, what exactly I'm going to do is a small energy kind of a thing which will keep us active the entire day. You know, in our school sessions, there used to be a lot of sessions, and we used to sit behind, and we used to... So that will not happen if we do this right now, okay? So one small activity which I want to conduct, which is, how many of you know how to clap? No one? So clap, please. So how many of you can cheer for me? Ooh, ah, ee, ah, no, huh? Yes? No? So no one can cheer here. So but they will, I'll make them do that. So I request all of you, if you are really proud to be here, if you're honored to be part of this event today, I'll keep my hand as low as possible. I want each one of you to start the clap and cheer, whatever you feel like. If you want to clap, clap. If you want to cheer like a teenager, you can do that, not a problem. So, as my hand goes up and up, the clap and cheer should increase slowly, and when it goes up, it should increase in such a way that Taj Krishna people should come and say, what's really happening here, huh? Are you ready, guys? All of you, all the guests over here, are you ready? Fantastic. I'm so happy. Thank you, sir. So, let's start. I'm really honored to be the part of this event today. It's my pleasure to be here. And very slowly, slowly, slowly. Can anyone cheer for me? Very slowly, slowly, slowly. Now raise, 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 raise. Raise Yes, we all are honored to be here and proud to be the part of the 2024 Global Rice Summit. My name is Farah Siddiqui, and it's really a pleasure to welcome you all to this glorious event in the vibrant city of Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Come on, a huge round of applause. Fantastic. Now I request all of you, because people over there, when I was standing behind, they said, I don't want any one of them to, just sit there and listen without interacting, without, having a bond. So for that, I want, Farah, this should be like an energetic event. At least start should be energetic, so the end also will be. Fantastic, sir. Thank you. Now, I want all of you to give me 2 snaps and 2 claps. Can you all do that for me? It's a request, please. How many of us can do that? 2 snaps and 2 claps. In sync. We are not a nursery kids, sir, please. In sync. All of you, I'll count, and with my count, it should go 3, 2, and 1. 2 snap, 2 claps. 2 snaps, 2 claps. 2 snaps, 2 claps. Come on, come on. Ma'am, we can see the mobile afterwards also. Come on, enjoy yourself. 2 snaps are not coming loudly. Come on. Can I have a music, please? Yeah. Can I have a music? Come on, clap. Fantastic, wonderful. You all did an amazing job. Thank you. That was wonderful. So with this energy, let's move forward for the event, okay? This energy is what we need as we dive into the exciting sessions ahead. Thank you for participating, all of you. So moving on, it's my great pleasure and honor to invite our chief guests and distinguished speakers to the stage. First, let us welcome our honorable ministers who have graced us with their presence and will share their invaluable insights with us. A round of huge applause for them, guys. All of you, please clap for them. That energy should be there till the end of the event, please. I'm delighted to invite someone who has been at the forefront of championing agricultural development, supporting farmers, and ensuring sustainable growth in this vital sector. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our honorable guest, Sri Tummala Nageshwar Rao Garu, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Telangana. Please, sir. Yes, sir. I would also request Honorable Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, the Honorable Minister of Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana. Now, it's my honor to invite Mr. G. Chinna Reddy, State Planning Board. Now, please join me in welcoming all the dignitaries, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, IAS, APC, and Secretary to the Government, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, IPS, Principal Secretary to Government of Telangana, Mr. Jeremy Swanger, President, International Commodity Institute, Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, Vice President, ICI, Professor Eldar Janaya, Advisor, ICI, Mr. G. Chinna Reddy, Vice Chairman, State Planning Board, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, IREF, Telangana, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, the Rice Exporters Association, TREA. Thank you, esteemed dignitaries, for joining us today. Your presence and insights are greatly valued.
I also request Ms. Sangeeta, Director FTCCI on the dais, and Mr. Nagendar, President Telangana Rice Millers Association, and we have M. Kodan Reddy Garu, I think is yet to come. So anybody? Yeah, that much.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Now, I request all the dignitaries, honorable ministers, to please follow our Indian tradition, that is lamp lighting ceremony. I request all of you to please, as our esteemed guests light the lamp, may this flame illuminate our path to fruitful discussions, groundbreaking insights, and lasting partnerships. Can I have a music for the lamp lighting music, please?
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, esteemed dignitaries, for joining us, and your presence means a lot to us. Now, I would request the energetic Mercedes to please come and felicitate the ministers and dignitaries on the stage. I request you to felicitate Agriculture Minister. I want Mr. Jeremy to please join her and felicitate do the honors for everyone.
So let's give this beautiful, wonderful Indian lady a round of applause. She did such a good job opening our conference. And our many VIPs who've given up their time is so valuable. The leader's time is so valuable when he comes to share his information. Let's give them a real Rice round of applause. Come on, my friends. So before we give very earned gifts, I actually have secretly not told anybody, but I brought an award for all of the industry of rice, all of our leaders in India. And I thought the best way to start out this inaugural event, because remember, this is the first time we've done a rice event in the world for India, who is the biggest exporter. You could make the case that India is the most important country in rice in the world. I may make that case, actually, in my talk. But before I begin, I'm going to give out a very important award. India has come along so well in their production, as a people, and as building strong varieties. So our group, including Dr. Sam Mohantani, Mercedes, we run the World Rice Conference, which is about 700 people. It'll be in the Philippines this year. Hopefully the president will open it up. Last year we did the world's best rice, and Vietnam won. But at that event, India did something they've never done in the history of rice. And I am greatly honored to be here as we come to this beautiful state to give an award to the Secretary of Ag and all of our leaders that India won the world's best basmati rice last November. And so I've held on to this award, and if you look, it's in the shape of a rice kernel. I've held on to this award for this event that we've moved the dates between rice bans and elections and counting days. I've had to hold this award for many days, and now it's a pleasure to be able to come to India to give it to all of you, the rice industry, the Indian people, and our leaders. So I'm going to give the award to the Secretary of Ag and the other leaders because you guys have earned this. You guys can decide where it is held, but the associations, the rice industry, REF, TRIA, you guys have done such a good job of building your industry up. You deserve this award, and it's an honor and a pleasure to come to India to give this World's Best Basmati Award to you. I someday hope you win the world's best rice completely one day, and I believe it's possible. So with that, I humbly give you guys the award.
Now I request to felicitate our honorable guest, Sri Tumala Nageshwar Rao Garu, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Telangana. Please join me extending a warm welcome and felicitation to Captain N. Uttam Kumar Garu, the Honorable Minister of Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana.
And we just have some small gifts for these great leaders, and I appreciate your understanding as we give these gifts, and just as a pleasure for you being here. There's an award of achievement, and also our team has gone and just wanted to express our true heartfelt appreciation for your efforts. So as our great announcer, who I could not compete with, she's beautiful and well-spoken, she has already given the first one. Mercedes, would you do the honor? Mercedes has worked on this conference so much along with Dr. Sam and Dr. Janaya Elias. And so let's just give them a round of applause, and please, let's give these awards.
A huge round of applause. Come on, show me the energy, please. Thank you. A warm welcome and felicitation to Mr. G. Chinna Reddy, State Planning Board. Thank you. Now, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, IAS, APC, and Secretary to the Government. Thank you. Mr. D.S. Chauhan, IPS Principal Secretary to the Government of Telangana. Thank you. Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, IREF, Telangana. Thank you. Thank you. Now, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, the Rice Exporters Association, TREA. Thank you. Now, Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, International Commodity, please, we have an honor to do this.
All right, our time is short. I know our ministers must leave, so I just want to, again, and we'll give the additional words out after this time. But I just want to hand the reins over to our great speakers to give their welcome and to just welcome us to the inaugural India event. And I thank you all for being here. Again, it's an amazing achievement for India to throw its first Global Rice Summit. So again, let's give everybody a round of applause. And I hand the microphone back to our great hostess.
Thank you. And this was our founder CEO of the Rice Trade International Commodity Institute that serves to offer clients an integrated media sources that connect all the critical aspects of the world rice industry. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, IS, APC, and Secretary to the Government, Telangana, to deliver the opening address. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Honorable Minister for Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Sri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Marketing, Cooperation, Handlooms and Textiles, Sri Tummala Nageshwara Garu, Honorable Vice Chairman of the State Planning Board, Mr. Chinna Reddy Garu, distinguished guests, my senior respected colleague, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, Principal Secretary, Civil Supplies, Dr. Swinger, Mr. Janaya, and all the distinguished participants of today's event. I wish all of you a very good morning. I'll use this opportunity to brief you about how Telangana's ecosystem is suitable for paddy production and why Telangana is an appropriate place to have the Global Rice Summit, Hyderabad, and why Telangana can feed into the overall rice trading situation in the world. All of you are aware that Telangana is blessed to have very good irrigation resources. We have inherited from the Kakatiya dynasty's time around 20 to 40,000 minor irrigation structures. Telangana has around 10,000 villages, but we have nearly 40,000 minor and major tanks, what we call Chervulu in Telangana. Now, because of Deccan Plateau, we have used the topography to, our ancestors used the topography to store water that we get during the monsoon and use it for irrigation purposes. So, after that, we also have invested heavily on our major irrigation projects. We have Nagarjuna Sagar, Sri Salem, and many other projects. We have made some investments in lifting water from both Krishna and Godavari. And therefore, Telangana is blessed to have a reasonably reliable irrigation system, which is very essential for paddy cultivation. The second important point that we must keep in mind is for several years, Telangana has been giving free power supply to the farmers, recognizing that agriculture is a significant investment for our economy and that ensuring sustainability of agriculture is essential for the sustainability of Telangana's economy. We have been investing heavily in providing free power to the farmers. So the farmer is now assured that there will be water available during his entire season and also that he will get free power to use groundwater. We have more than around 27,000 borewells in the state of Telangana. The third important point that we must keep in mind is that our government is very particular that farmers should not be standing in queues to get their inputs. It is the kind of respect and honor that we give to our farmers that we don't like them to stand in queues to get their fertilizers or seeds or anything like that. So we have diversified and deepened our distribution network in such a manner that we have almost one or two fertilizer dealers and seed dealers in every 2-3 villages. So that is how we have ensured that there is a deepening of our system. And finally, we also have a very vibrant extension system. In the last 100 days, we have been able to connect more than 100 villages with a video conferencing system where farmers and scientists can talk to each other. They have scheduled interactions on every Tuesday, and we are trying to open up Friday also, where the farmers can directly talk to the policymakers, to the scientists, to the agriculture department officials, or whoever may be involved, so that there is direct interaction between what the farmer is experiencing on the field and the knowledge network which is available in our universities and the department. And we want to widen this. Our ministry is very particular that we take it to all the 2,600 all centers that we have like this. So the point I'm trying to make is Telangana's ecosystem is very suitable for production of paddy. And I think when the Honorable Minister for Civil Supplies and also the Principal Secretary for Civil Supplies talk, they will talk about what is happening with the forward linkages of paddy production, how we are ensuring that paddy production is picked up by the market and put into the trading channels. So I think because of this, Telangana is going to be one of the biggest producers of paddy in India. And I think this Global Rice Summit is at the right time because we need to now open up our market. We are looking for traders. We produce different kinds of paddy. We produce very fine varieties. We produce coarse varieties. We also have varieties which are suitable for people who have lifestyle diseases like diabetes. So keeping this wide range of production and ensuring that the farmers will continue to get support. There's another significant scheme which government is considering, which we'll be launching in the near future, is our Raitu Bharasa, where we give investment support to the farmers at the rate of whatever crop they are growing at the rate of 7,500 rupees per acre. And also government is now contemplating a well-structured crop insurance scheme. So all the elements that go into agricultural production are in place as far as Telangana is concerned, and the government is committed to keeping all these things well structured. So keeping this kind of an ecosystem, Telangana's rice production will improve, will keep on improving, and more new varieties, nuanced varieties, niche varieties of paddy will our Telangana farmers will start producing. So that is why I think we need to open up our market to these varieties, and I think the International Commodities Institute, Mr. Swinger and his team should help us open those windows and doors for Telangana's farmers and Telangana's traders to export the varieties that we have initially to the countries that need, like Africa and the Gulf, but eventually to all parts of the world, because rice is still consumed, is the staple grain for more than 50% of the world's population. So I think this is the background into which this Global Rice Summit is being organized in Telangana. This is the first such event that is being organized. I am sure in a few more years we will see much bigger and wider audiences for Telangana's paddy and rice. And this is only the first step in that direction. I thank the Honorable Ministers, both of them, for supporting us in this effort, and we will keep this momentum going for protecting the farmers of Telangana. Thank you all of you, and all the best for today's event.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words and for protection of the farmers. Now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, IPS Principal Secretary to the Government, Consumer Affairs and Food and Civil Supplies Department. He has to address for 5 minutes, so thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister for Irrigation, CAD, Food and Civil Supplies, Honorable Shri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Shri Tumla Nageshwar Rao Garu, Honorable Shri G. Janna Reddy, Vice Chairman, Planning Board, State Planning Board, dear Mr. Jeremy, Professor Janaiya, Dr. Prem Garg, my dear colleague Shri Raghurandan Rao, and all the dignitaries on and off the dais. At the very outset, allow me to extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you, the distinguished gathering here from all across the globe. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, we know that the global village is increasingly and exponentially realizing the need to come together, sharing our strengths, complementing each other's weaknesses, and above all, create a synergy towards convergence of ideas, thoughts, technology, and needs. It's a moment of enhanced privilege and honor for us that ICI has chosen our newly born state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana, in our beautifully diverse country, India. We cannot ever thank you enough for choosing this vibrant and growing cosmopolitan city of Hyderabad, capital of our culturally rich state, for such an important and prestigious state. The rice summits bring together the surplus and deficit countries with a wide array of varieties of rice, exporters and importers, growers and millers, and finally, some state-of-art technology in the milling arena. And I'm sure all of us will benefit from this summit immensely during the session and between the sessions, learning from each other and forging a strong path ahead to ensure sufficiency of food for the mankind. While on one hand, our beautiful city of Hyderabad houses the second and third largest giant MNCs like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, etc. On the other hand, the versatile agricultural landscape of our state boasts of diverse crops, including food grains and cash crops as well. But standing on top of all is our paddy production and rice cultivation. Of varied spectrum of varieties suitable for everyone's requirement, we are the second largest producer of rice in the country, catering to requirement not only of our state but to the neighboring states too. We are a rice surplus state and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, a land of interest and probably the befitting place for the rice summit. Due to its unique climatic and soil conditions, the state houses IGRISET headquarters. To add to its mystique, there is a key geological factor there, a sharp road dividing the black soil on one side and the red soil on the other side. Benefiting from this fertile land, semi-arid climate, pro-farmer policies, and robust irrigation network, Telangana charts a trajectory towards becoming a pivotal hub in rice production with a surplus of around 6 million metric tons. Paddy cultivated in Telangana has a notable richness in the nutrients. We also grow a very unique premium variety of rice, RNR 15048, which is a low glycemic index of only 51, thus very safe and suitable for diabetic people also. We have a large array of variety of rice grown here, which you can catch a glimpse at our stall of the Civil Supplies Corporation. Relentless effort by the global community, spearheaded by the UN, have made the business and trade across the nations fairer, easier, and convenient. While WTO agreement on agriculture has paved the highway for a fair and market-oriented agricultural trading system, the modern arbitration law by UNITRAL and other intellectual property right protection agreements have created an international conducive environment for safer, faster, easier, and convenient method of technology exchange and transfer. So we need not to worry about the patent rights, it's all taken care. This means, ladies and gentlemen, that we are standing at the right point of time where we can converge our knowledge and resources and collaborate in technology, filling the gaps of each other, and deriving strength from togetherness towards ensuring not only food for all, but nutritious and suitable type of food grain for the mankind. This can be hugely catalyzed and catapulted by this rice summit, which bring together surplus and deficient, exporters and importers, identifying needs of each other, realizing the potential of each other, few takeaways about the type of soil, climate, and the suitable variety of rice, and ultra-modern milling technological advancement to ensure the best possible rice with minimal nutritional stripping during the milling process, thanks to our milling partners. In the end, while welcoming each and every one of you, once again, I wish to convey my deep sense of gratitude to the organizers and especially the President ICI for giving me this opportunity to be part of this August gathering and sharing my humble views. Please do not forget to feast on our Hyderabadi biryani, which is made of an exquisitely fine variety of rice. Thank you all. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a beautiful information. Now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Professor Eldas Janaya, Advisor, ICI, to share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. I don't want to take much time. Already time is short. Honorable Ministers, Sri Tumal Nageshwara Garu, Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Captain Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, because he's very particular, my friend, Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, G. Chinna Reddy Garu, Principal Secretary Mr. Chavan ji and Raghunandan Rao garu and other dignitaries on the dais, of the dais. The idea of this was originated almost a year ago. Somehow it was postponed due to various reasons, but now the idea was made to a reality today. And as we know that rice is a lifeline for nearly 5 billion people in Asia, particularly in terms of its contribution to livelihood and national food securities. It was basically a substance farming until early 80s, early 60s. But with the advantage of the green revolution, rice crop has transformed from subsistence to a commercial crop, particularly with the adoption of the green revolution technologies. And the Indian model of green revolution model was replicated in the rest of the world. This was acknowledged by none other than the Mr. Kofi Annan, who was the Secretary General UN almost 25 years back. As a result, he took the Indian model even to Africa through an initiative called AGRI, African Green Revolution Initiative, about 25 years back. So there are two strong reasons for transforming the rice farming from subsistence to a commercial farming. First and foremost factor was the strong irrigation infrastructure that was built by the first Prime Minister of this country, Sri Jawaharlal Nehru, in the form of 7 modern irrigation projects. And the economic benefits of those 7 irrigation projects, which were built nearly 60 years back, is enormous, transformed the whole economy, in fact. Subsequently, in mid-60s, the new technologies adopted and developed and adopted by the India under the leadership of the then the Prime Minister again, Srimati Indira Gandhi, with the scientific vision of the late Dr. M.S. Swaminathan and then the Agriculture Minister Sri C. Subramaniam. As a result, the rice and of course other crops like wheat transformed into a commercial stage and started giving reasonable incomes to the farmers also, in addition to food security. Later, it has become a tradable commodity now, particularly after 2000. Now it is food crop, commercial crop, now tradable commodity because surpluses are increasing. Now we have to find a market for outside, not only in India. So therefore, the International Commodity Institute, Mr. Jeremy Swingler, when we had a small meeting more than a year ago, when he was telling that I am organizing these events outside India for last 22 years, mostly in Southeast Asia. Of course, there is a reason for it. The only 6 exporting countries are exporting to 100 countries. There are more than 100 importing countries, only 6 exporting countries, of which India is the number 1. Then I asked him, why don't you organize similar thing in India? Then he readily accepted. Then idea I took to Sri Raghunandan Rao garu. Then he is readily accepted. But as I told, somehow it was postponed. Later, after formation of the new government, I took this idea to our beloved Agriculture Minister, Sri Tumal Nageshwara garu, who was immediately supported because this event is organized by the International Commodity Institute. The government has supporting as a facilitation role. So this is the brief background of this. I once again welcome all of you, and this provides a good platform for our domestic, Telangana or even Indian traders to interact with the more than 100 traders came from nearly 20 countries, explore your rice business, and we want at least another new 4 or 5 rice exporters from the state after this event. And you start discussing with these traders coming from other countries, you built a network, and you can have even business deals, business agreements. This is an opportunity. You don't need to go to 20 countries. All are here now. That's why our millers are here, our traders are here from different parts of the country. With this, I once again welcome. Thank you very much for coming all over here. Particularly, I warmly welcome and respectfully thankful to our beloved ministers, Chinnareddy garu and Uttam Kumar Reddy garu, Tumal Nageshwara garu, and our secretaries. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you. Thank you for wonderful words, sir. Now, please put your hands together for our next speaker, Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, Founder, CEO of International Commodity Institute. Please share a few insights on this event, sir.
So normally this is the time I'd give a 2-hour talk. but I'm not going to. We're going to give a 2-minute talk. And first, just to welcome everybody. I think our people have already said just the welcome so well. But I want to thank all of the crowd now, all of our sponsors, all of the trade throughout the world. I think this is our best first-year event our company's ever done, which is a great achievement. You know, to have around 400 people. I think we counted 25 countries have come to the event. 400 people, 25 countries for a first-year event is a great achievement. So I'm going to give the 1-minute summary of the rice market. Usually I give a big address and I have slides and we have some fun talking about what's going to happen. So I'm just going to give you a couple things I think is going to happen in the world. Number 1, India will be the biggest rice exporter again. 2, I think the crop's going to be very good, so they're going to have a lot of rice. In addition to my friend who is watching the FCI stocks, I watch the FCI data every day it comes out, along with Dr. Sam Mohanty does as well. We watch the world trade very closely. 3, I think you're going to see some movement in price. You know, the grains prices went down this year and rice stayed high, probably due to Indonesia buying so much and the Philippines buying so much. But Africa is going to really struggle. So I think you're going to see some price reduction as we move forward. And when India gets more free with their exports, especially after the monsoon is known, it's going to be a much different market, especially as we have to develop back and compete against some of these markets in Africa. So I think there's a lot of speakers that come after me. I don't want to take too much more thunder. I would just remind everybody that food is so important. You know, I grew up actually farming and I did yield trials before I became an economist and a business owner. So every piece of this, and I was just extolling in our private meetings, India doesn't get the credit it deserves in the trade often. It doesn't give it the credit it's deserved as a country, how much it's progressed. And one thing that's dear to my heart, the irrigation, I didn't really even truly understand until just recently the minister was coming, but I've told so many people in the world that the irrigation advancements in India is an achievement every country in the world should have told to. It has changed your industry with no press, no economist writing an article. And I think to me that's one of the biggest achievements that has led to this large supply. Amazing contribution of irrigation, which has led to increase in rice and insulated against some of these monsoon issues. So much more to talk about over the next 2 days, many greater speakers than me. And of course we have our wonderful, and she's done such a good job, announcer. With that, I just want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I just appreciate this event so much. All the work that Dr. Janaya has come in and Sam Mohanty. I just appreciate you all so much and thank you for your time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Now put your hands together for our next speaker. Is none other than Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, Vice President ICI. Please share your wonderful words, sir.
Good morning, and Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Minister of Civil Supplies, Vice Chairman of Planning Commission, Principal Secretary Mr. Raghunandan Rao, and our Mr. Chauhan sir from Civil Supplies, Dr. Garg, from TRIA here, Rajiv ji. Let me thank the government of Telangana, particularly our Honorable Agriculture Minister, Principal Secretary sitting there, and also one other guy I would like to thank is the Agriculture Director, who is still busy there instructing to his staff there. They have been instrumental in organizing this particular conference in the state there. Thank you very much. Give a big hand to the state of Telangana and the Agriculture Department for hosting this particular event there, first time in India. I think everybody knows the importance of India in the world market, food security there. I don't know if you know, last 10 years, it's India during the COVID time and many other occasions, it's the Indian exports which kept the rice prices low in the global market, feeding millions of poor people in Africa and our neighboring countries there. So India has done an incredible job in feeding the poor people in Africa particularly and our neighbors in Bangladesh and Nepal there. So we have achieved a lot in the global rice market. I think the objective of this particular conference is to showcase Indian rice. As our secretary said, this is the food basket of India. Rice food basket of India. This is rice surplus state there. I would like to encourage all our foreign delegates to get a chance to visit. Some of them visited already the rice mills in the state. Look at the infrastructure in the state. Look at what the state has to give it to them in terms of the rice export to the other countries there. And many of our foreign delegates, I would like to request our Honorable Agriculture Minister to shed light on the fate of Indian export ban. Everybody is concerned about Indian export ban, and they are here to know whether India will remove the ban or India will remove any sort of restriction. So we would like to hear that from our Honorable Agriculture Minister, the future of export ban. And again, I welcome you all from all over the world who have come here to participate in this particular event. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a new trend in India where you continue to do the rice conference in the future, bring the traders of the world there. Thank you very much. I think I would like to also thank the delegates who have traveled outside India. If you can, I don't know, I know there are a lot of foreign delegates sitting behind in the backside. I think thank you very much for traveling all the way from Brazil to Africa to a lot of Southeast Asian countries to come and attend this meeting there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for amazing words. Please welcome our next speaker, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, IREF, with your energetic claps.
Honorable ministers, secretaries, and exporters, and consulate general, and good morning to everyone. As a Indian Rice Exporter Federation, IREF, I thank you to the Telangana government and TRT who organized first time this rice conference in India, which is really a remarkable because as people doesn't know, maybe India exporting to the world and feeding to the world 40% of their consumption out of India. And India is exporting about 22 million ton past few years. And we have to appreciate to TRT and Telangana government mainly because who taken the initiative to organize. Because last so many years we never seen any rice conference in India organized, even being a largest exporter of rice. And we are right now sitting in bowl of rice state Telangana, where Telangana is growing 16 million ton rice every year and mainly exported this non-basmati rice to African countries. And there is a few varieties which really appreciable and good varieties exporting to US and European countries also from Telangana. Right now, these export figures we like to discuss. You know, the country in India, total crop is about 135 million ton, which is the second largest in the world because China is the number one and second is India. And right now we say over this Telangana is growing the rice equivalent to Thailand crop, entire country. And right now, India need this. If government, I urge to them, they can organize some campaign. If Telangana can bring pesticide-free rice, definitely we have the scope and market in the world where we can export value-added rice and good quantity of export from India. So, as we are entering in this next 2 days and sharing lot of rice exports, etc., and we exported India in 2023, 17.5 million ton rice, where basmati rice export is about 5 million ton, parboiled rice is about 7 million ton, and total non-basmati rice export where major share is Telangana and Andhra is 12.5 million metric ton. And in this last January to till today, India exported about 4.8 million metric ton rice, and out of that, only 800,000 ton white rice we exported. Why? Because last year, 20th July, Indian government banned the white rice and 100% broken white rice and restricted to export through NCEL. Because of that, Indian share in the rice export of white rice immediately came down, but Indian exporters, and on the behalf of our members, where our federation 7,500 members are there, all over India and 14 state offices, we are going to achieve this year again about 16 million ton exports. Even there is white rice and parboiled rice, export is not allowed. And thank you very much for calling, and again, thank you very much organizing this wonderful program here. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing such a beautiful insight, sir. Thank you so much. Please welcome our next speaker, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, the Rice Exporters Association, TREA. Okay. Now, please put your hands together for our next Honorable Mr. G. Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of State Planning Board.
Sorry.
Good morning to you all. I am very happy to be here this morning. It is a coincidence. Today is the International Food Security Day. We are holding this International Rice Summit here. I am extending a hearty welcome to you all. The Honorable Minister Sri Tummal Nageswarrao Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister of Telangana, Sri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana, Sri Revanth Reddy Garu, Honorable Chief Minister was supposed to be the chief guest today, but he had a meeting at Delhi. Due to his preoccupation, he has gone to Delhi. He asked me to convey his good wishes to you all. And also Sri Raghunandan Rao Garu, Sri the Chairperson, Mr. Jeremy Winger, President, International Commodity Institute, and Dr. Prem Garg, Sri D.H. Chavan Garu, Honorable Principal Secretary, Department of Civil Supplies, B.V. Krishna Rao Garu, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Rice is the staple food of South India people. Not only South India, it is expanding to Northern India also. I have seen in Northern India where wheat is grown very widely. States like Haryana, Punjab, wheat is grown during Rabi season. But now the Punjab and Haryana, they are growing rice during rainy season, Kharif season, and as usual growing wheat in the Rabi season. And in Northern India also, people habituated to take rice, and the rice consumption is very much increasing. In Telangana, due to providing irrigation facilities, the rice cultivation has been increased very much. Production also has much increased, and now we are looking for avenues to export our paddy. This is the right time to clinch a deal with Mr. Jeremy Winger. Please buy our rice so that our farmers can get better price. No doubt Government of India is announcing minimum support price, and state government also announced to give 500 rupees per quintal as bonus those farmers who grow fine rice varieties. Here in paddy production, transplantation is a big problem in paddy production. We have very good harvesters, we have very good weedicides, and paddy crop is a labor intensive crop, and labor charges are very much increasing day by day. That's why paddy cultivation is not remunerative to the paddy growing farmer. If we can develop a farmer friendly transplantation machine, then paddy cultivation will be very easy and farmer can get better profit on paddy production. And also here the Government of India should think. In Israel we have commodity boards. Government is nothing to do with the fixation of price and buying the commodity from the farmers. And commodity boards are empowered to announce the price and also procure the produce from the farmers. In that commodity boards, 50% will constitute farmers and scientists. Remaining 50% constitute scientists, traders, and other related people. That's why farmer is getting very good price in Israel, and also straight away they are exporting to other countries, mostly to Europe. In India also, and I request our Honorable Minister Sri Tummal Nageswarrao Garu to think on those lines and have a dialogue with Government of India to have a commodity board to be constituted in Telangana so that we have only two major crops in Telangana. One is paddy, another is cotton. These two crops, we can have two commodity boards. We can announce the price to procure, and also we can assure the farmer this much quantity we can buy from you if you can grow. These two crops, major crops in Telangana, and farmer, they have to be given support from the government, then only farmer can survive. And I think Mr. Janaya Garu, he is the advisor of this ICI. You please prevail over Mr. Jeremy and also see that our Telangana paddy, mostly super fine rice, can be bought by the ICI and it can be exported to America and other very much developed countries so that our farmer can get a better price. This is my request with you, and also those who have gathered here from different countries and all over the country, you please think of buying our Telangana rice and exporting it to other countries. This is my sincere request with you. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. And yeah.
I'm going to jump in for 1 second. So we're going to adjust the schedule. I thank our ministers for their patience. I know you've adjusted your schedule. Several of them have 11 o'clock meetings. So I apologize to our good friend at TRIA. We've moved the schedule just to show you respect. We're going to move very quickly to our next speaker because I know he's trying to run, and I'm going to hand it back to our wonderful announcer, just so you know that we're moving it around and trying to be very respectful to our guests. So thank you.
Thank you. With great honor and privilege, I welcome Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister of Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana. Please welcome him with your energetic claps, please.
Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, International Commodity Institute, Honorable Shri Tumal Nageshwara Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Honorable Shri Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of the State Planning Board, Professor Aldas Janaya, Advisor, International Commodity Institute, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, Rice Exporters Association, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, Principal Secretary, Civil Supplies, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, Commissioner and Secretary, Agriculture. At the outset, it's a pleasure and a privilege and an honor to be invited to address this August gathering. And for all of you who have come from all parts of Telangana, all parts of the country, and from many other countries, it's an honor and a pleasure to invite you all to Hyderabad, and I hope you have a very pleasant stay. We are, our government is pro-farmer, and we have a focused approach towards not only protecting the farmer interest, but also providing them all kinds of support and benefit. The government is encouraging farmers by providing input subsidy, good quality seed and fertilizers, and purchasing paddy from farmers at a viable price. Telangana farmers harvest 3 crops, in many places harvest mainly 2 crops, in many places even 3 crops of paddy in a year. Telangana has now emerged as the rice bowl of India, standing second in paddy production in the country, and paddy production in the state stands at a staggering 265 lakh metric tons a year, out of which 94 lakh metric tons is procured by the government at minimum support price. As both an irrigation minister and food and civil supplies minister, I can assure the distinguished guests on the dais and the audience that year on year, I expect that the paddy production in Telangana will further increase because we are increasing our irrigation facilities, and also hopefully we are going to better productive varieties. So the figures that I mentioned, we will probably improve on them year on year. I also take pride in stating that Telangana state is producing the best varieties of paddy. We grow coarse, fine and superfine varieties. Of these superfine and fine varieties paddy like Telangana Sona, Jai Shri Ram, HMT, Sona Masuri and Samba Masuri have an excellent quality, great demand and fetch premium price in the market, and have also a very good export quality. Our country as a whole believes in the concept of food security to ensure that the poorest of the poor at all times get access to the basic food for their active and healthy life. Right to food is treated as a fundamental right, as an extension of right to life, which is enshrined in our constitution, interpreted to include right to live with human dignity, which includes right to food and basic necessities. Our National Food Security Act envisages and mandates the state to provide sufficient nutritious food grain to all the needy and holders of food security card at minimal or zero cost. The government, to ensure food security to the people, is distributing the rice realized after milling of paddy purchased from farmers to the targeted beneficiaries through food safety net schemes. The government has also taken up fortification of rice with micronutrients to address hunger and other micronutrient deficiencies, and around 30 million beneficiaries in the state are receiving this fortified rice through various schemes every month free of cost. Telangana is a surplus paddy producing state, meeting not only to the state's own requirement for our welfare schemes, but also meeting the requirements of other deficit states in the country. We are also very proud of our milling industry. It is one of the major industries and the major employees in the state. The milling of paddy is taken up by the government in collaboration with milling industry. There are around 3,000 rice mills in the state, and we have some ultra-modern rice mills. And through this conference, we'd also like to invite any better technology than that we already have. I hope that this platform would give a great opportunity to know about the latest technologies in milling, and also to explore international market, which will boost our state's agrarian economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure that wide array of rice we have would be of great interest to all of you, especially the exporter community here. Some of our rice variants are unique in the world, and we have varieties which can cater to varied needs of populace across the globe. And we would be glad to offer the same to all the exporters who have come to this conference. Quality of Indian and especially Telangana rice has not been fully explored by the world community, and we are committed to showcase the same. We are ambitious and confident of supplying the best rice in the world. I believe that the current economic scenario, global collaboration and exchange of technology as well as trade is highly needed more than ever. No one can deny that world is becoming a global village, and it is high time that we join our hands together in ensuring food safety and food security and food sufficiency to all. Our government is open to any kind of cooperation and collaboration in this regard. Before I end, for the International Commodity Institute, the exporters, the rice traders, and all the distinguished guests on the dais and the members in the audience, I wish to once again repeat, both as a Minister for Irrigation and Minister for Food and Civil Supplies for the state, we are increasing our irrigation facilities year on year, and we hope to increase paddy productivity and going for better variants year on year. So you will find that Telangana is one of the huge paddy surplus states in this country. Like Mr. Jeremy said, Telangana produces more paddy than the country of Thailand. This is what he said. So we are going to increase our production. We are going to better our variants, and I'm sure we can also give you at a very competitive price. I would like to use this conference and this occasion and this platform to invite all of you, not just in this conference, but to have a discussion on the sidelines. I'm available for the next 2 days whenever you'd like to meet. And our Principal Secretary and Commissioner, Mr. Diaz Chauhan, is also available. We have, as it is, huge stocks of both coarse and fine variants of paddy now. We also have both coarse and fine variants of rice and for export. And we can discuss the price and other terms and conditions. And if there are any restrictions of the Government of India, I can assure you that we will talk to Government of India and ensure that trade in rice should be possible, because we have huge stocks. It's good for the country, it's good for the state, it's good for society, it's good for farmers. I once again express my sincere thanks to the organizers. Professor Aldas Janaya has taken a great pains to organize this meet, and I know him from many years as somebody who's done a lot of work in agriculture and particularly paddy and rice, and he's been the forefront of organizing this. And our vice chairman of our planning board, Dr. Chinna Reddy, is a doctorate in agriculture from Malaysia. I'm sure he'll be able to contribute. And our dynamic agriculture minister is a vast experience in running the government and vast experience in agriculture ministry, and he's also a great progressive farmer himself. So I think you have a very good combination of people to deal with. And he's a practicing farmer. He's a farmer as of now. Then I also wish to recommend that our Rice Miller Association representatives, our president, Mr. Nagender, General Secretary, Mr. Mohan Reddy are here, and Mr. Thudi Devendra Reddy, who's very knowledgeable in rice trade and rice milling issues. So we're all here. We would like to benefit the state's economy and the state's farmers, and we hope to use these 2 days in whatever way, how we are, whenever you want us to be available, we are available. We are willing to discuss, and not just present, but all forms of future cooperation. I also would like to learn and know more about better and more modern rice milling methods, and we are willing to, act as an in-between between our rice milling industry and your International Commodity Institute, to progress the rice milling industry in our state more. I must say it's been a genuine pleasure and a privilege to be here. I treat it as a good fortune to spend this time among all of you. Thank you very much. For the next 2 days, we are available for anybody who wants to consult us on any of these issues. Thank you very much. And you have to excuse me. I have another commitment in a very far off place. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to leave now. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a wonderful insight and information. Thank you so much, sir. Now, with great honor and pleasure, please put your hands together for Shri Tumala Nageshwarrao Garu, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Telangana, to share his valuable thoughts.
I welcome Mr. Jeremy Winger, President of ICI, as well as our Irrigation Minister and Civil Supplies, Uttam Kumar Reddy ji, our beloved friend, Planning Board Vice Chairman Chinna Reddy Garu, our Secretary Raghunandan Rao Garu, our Principal Secretary Civil Supplies Chauhan Garu, Janay Garu, Prem Garg Garu, Mohanty Garu. I welcome you all to this beautiful city of Hyderabad. Telangana is the youngest state of India, formed in the year 2014, and we have celebrated our 10 years of state formation few days ago. We are privileged to host this Global Rice Summit 2024 in our state. As you may be aware that Telangana is one of the leading paddy cultivating state in the country. Our area under rice cultivation has increased significantly over the years. The area under rice cultivation stands at 12 million acres last year. In terms of production, it is around 26 million tons. There are nearly 220 varieties of paddy being cultivated in our state due to favorable climatic conditions. At present, 60% of its coarse varieties, the new government has taken all the effort to motivate farmers to go for fine varieties and rice which has more demand in local and global market. The government has announced a bonus of 500 rupees per quintal for those farmers who are cultivating fine varieties of the rice from next season onwards. As you are aware that India is the largest exporter of rice in world, accounting for 45% of the global market share. India's rice is exported to more than 100 countries in the world. In the future, India will have more surplus rice to export to foreign countries. by 2030. Telangana is exporting its rice mainly to countries like Philippines, USA, Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates, and UK. Varieties like Sona Masuri, Sama Masuri, HMT, MTU 1010 boiled, IR64 steamed rice, JGL varieties are having huge demand in other countries. The production of rice in our country has increased almost 8 times after independence and reached 14 crore metric tons. Despite the resources and technology required for rice production, the organization crisis remains two major challenges even today. We have made a significant progress in resolving production-related factors over the year, but market-related problems remains the major concerns for ensuring better price to farmers. I believe that the summit will provide a very good opportunity to widen our export market and also creates a platform for our domestic traders to interact and collaborate with major traders in the world. I request you, our scientists, millers, and progressive farmers taking part in this summit to understand and learn from them experience of other participants, mainly on aspects like better milling techniques adopted by the other countries, state-of-the-art storage facilities and ways and means of providing continuation of goods at various stages, etc. There is a need to focus on developing more high-yielding fine varieties, which is suitable for our climatic condition and also have the export potential. Recently, a low glycemic index super fine rice variety Telangana Sona has gained popularity across the country and even exporting the other countries. There is a demand in the market for seeds with a length of more than 6 mm. We shall make our effort for developing such varieties suitable for domestic as well as export market. I take this opportunity to appeal Government of India to come forward to adopt export-friendly rules and regulations to benefit the farming community to get better market price. I congratulate the International Commodity Organization for organizing such events over the year and creating a platform to bring together leading rice scientists along with rice exporters and importers under one umbrella to discuss on policy issues for rice development. I am looking forward for fruitful deliberations and successful trade agreements between the organizations over next 2 days. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to hear you.
Just small, 2 minutes, sir. Telangana Rice Millers Association want to felicitate our honorable two ministers and vice chairman. Quickly, 2 minutes. Mr. Nagendar, President, and General Secretary Mohan Reddy Garu. Just within 2 minutes, I know the time constraints. Nagendar Garu, please.
On behalf of Government of Telangana, we are excited and privileged to felicitate dignitaries on the diet with eco-friendly handmade crafts like the Hyderabad woodcraft, shell craft, cereal mask, etc. Shawl which is made up of Pochampalli silk. Yeah. Now, on behalf of Government of Telangana, it's our privilege to felicitate dignitaries on the dais with the eco-friendly handmade crafts. I request from Government of Telangana, please felicitate with your handmade crafts. Thank you. Thank you all. Please give a huge round of applause for all the dignitaries over here.
I'm going to show you proper respect. Come